Okay, apologies guys, some technical difficulties there. We hopefully are now live and we'll recap what's happened so far in this game. I'm Jacob from Xavier Protocols and I'm joined with Nicholas, also known as Naib, who is a sparring partner and good friend of Frederik, who is playing Syafiq Ali. So what's happened in this Brotherhood mirror match is Syafiq won priority. He chose to, he chose cures, we got portals, spider portals and scrolls. He chose to go, interestingly, for a Mystique-led team, and Frederik's gone for a Magento-led team. First activation, Syafiq went down to the bottom, down the bottom here, and Toad found the scroll. And ever since then, Frederik has been dogpiling onto Toad to try and get it off him. Magento moved up through a car and put one of his 6 dice reroll everything's into Toad, and Toad lived on 1. That's pretty much caught you up with where we're at.
Very well.
Yeah. Pretty much caught you up.
Mystique has placed him in a very good spot behind that phone booth on Lizard.
Because Gwen, with Lizard sort of hemming him in and the phone booth, I wouldn't mind Lizard being even a little bit further back just to completely stop Gwen from getting a pull in. But it looks like we're going with Gwen now. He's going to try and maybe just punch Toad. It's entirely possible if he...
yeah, just an impact webbing. 1 damage would be enough.
Is plenty.
The phone booth is size 1, as I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no cover involved.
It's not going to give him cover. So apologies for missing the beginning of the game, but we're hopefully going to get all of the good stuff. The top spider portal was claimed by Syafiq, and his Quicksilver got bamfed off it. The bottom portal, is it still in Mystique, or did Lizard manage to get it? Lizard
got it, so it's 2 portals for Syafiq and none for Frederik at the moment. And also, everyone, don't look at the stream review. There's something quite off with especially Syafiq's. And no, he does not have 3 KO'd characters.
Yes, great point.
A short bit into the first round.
Yeah, there was some things with over-activating the characters when Syafiq activated his team. So it looks like Lizard and Rogue and Quicksilver are KO'd. They are not. Everybody is still healthy. The players are sort of working their way through that. And we'll try and keep you updated with exactly what's happening. So Gwen...
So this would mean that if Gwen manages to daze Toad, he still won't be able to pick the scroll up. And I think that's why he was measuring from Syafiq's Mystique, that she won't be able to reach him either. But then the scroll would basically just be floating around for a bit.
Which I think is fine for the general game plan of these two. Frederik's going to be happy with that.
He has priorities in the next round, so it's fine. But the 2 points would obviously be a nice boon. On the other hand, that's not much damage.
But Toad blocks it.
Toad is fine.
Yeah, Toad
third turn, blocking at least 2.
Yep, he blocked 2 against the size 2 car throw, and did he block 2 against the...
He
did. Yeah, he blocked 2 on the attack. Yeah, Frederik rolled 5 hits and a shield, and re-rolled the shield into a skull. So it's 50-50 taken down on that last reroll, but Toad once again survives. Man, Toad is annoying.
Oh yeah.
So unlucky from Frederik there. You'd be thinking you should squeak through 1 damage, but it's about reacting to the dice. And of course he's still got Voodoo. I don't think Voodoo's going to be doing that much this turn, but first thing next turn he might be paying 2 power and stealing something off a Toad. Well, in fact, he's got to...
He could move Voodoo.
He might just double move Voodoo and cause Toad to drop it. Yeah. That seems like a strong play, so at least you're denying your opponent. He won't be able to pick it up because he hasn't got the power, but denying your opponent those 2 VPs is going to be pretty key, especially with the game plan that Syafiq is planning on going for.
Yeah, he almost has to, I'd say. Otherwise he'd be 4 points down.
Well, 4 points down, so it looks like Syafiq's going to score.
I'm thinking that Toad gets the top point, but Iron Fang has a decent chance of taking it back. They each take their respective points, which would give 5 to 1 for Syafiq.
No. Right, yeah, so 4 VPs.
Yeah, 5 to 1.
Whereas making him drop it 3 to 1 is much more manageable. Stops that sort of race away.
Especially when you know that you can use your first activation next round to pick it up.
Go with whoever you like and go and grab it. Because Magneto will be on 4 power. In theory, he could climb in gear and grab it and then start punching people to get power to throw stuff. So you could still even go with...
As long as it's just me, it's fine.
Cool. The order of activations is interesting here, isn't it? That fight for the one at the top. So I think Iron Fist going last makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
but there's an argument. If Voodoo's going to come over and make Toad drop, then Toad isn't going to contest that top portal, is he? He's going to go to the close one and take that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
So
Mystique one.
Yeah, Mystique's flipping for the rolling for the
she
portal.
Well, but she has the skull as well.
No, that was just...
He was measuring for...
He was just spawning the dice. He didn't roll it. He has now rolled it, and he doesn't have the skull.
Ah, okay.
So now he's got another action. The range 3.
Yeah, so she will be, since I think Syafiq is counting on that Ghost Spider won't be the first activation, so he has Mystique in range to shoot her.
Potentially 4 times. Yep, that could be.
Yeah,
could be good.
No, it's looking...
It certainly feels like...
might not be going for the... No, he's not going for making...
Yeah, okay. That's interesting.
He's leaving Toad with a scroll.
So that's going to cost him 2 victory points, but it gives him an opportunity to steal the top portal. Iron Fist is going to kind of come up and try and take it over the top of Toad, who's going to go and probably get it.
Yeah, the benefit is probably more that both Quicksilver and Iron Fist will be at the top then. That if you're just hoping for points, having him drop the scroll would be better. But if you can get those 2 stuck up there for another round, it might be worth it, perhaps.
Yeah, I can see that. I think there's not many characters he's going to want to be Asteroid Emming though, so I think Quicksilver might find himself being Asteroid Emmed in and then doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Oh, this is tight. He doesn't have enough power to do it now though. He spent his power on the split.
That's the issue.
Yeah. So he's looking at it.
But he hasn't... Well, now he paid for it.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps he did earlier, but it registered on my screen now.
So just a couple of interesting choices the characters make. These pay to flips in the early turns when your power economy is a little bit light makes for some really interesting decisions. We saw, just to fill in some of the viewers who missed the early part, Toad moved up and found the scroll and got the free refund off the Mystique leadership, and then sitting on 1 power and sitting next to this bottom spider portal, he decided to flip it, which took him down to 0 power, so that when Magneto threw a car at him, he didn't have any power to brace. He also, we were also discussing he would have been 1 power lighter in terms of affording a slippery. So if someone does 1 damage on an attack, then he can't afford slippery. Whereas if he'd not spent the power, then he would have had that slippery option. Not only that, if he rolled a skull, which fortunately he didn't, but if he had rolled a skull, he would have bounced much closer to Magneto. So a risky play. It's panned out for Syafiq, as it turns out, but I think maybe just something to reflect on there. Your early power economy in these pay to flips can be really tight, and we just saw there with Voodoo the idea of having to go up and pay for that interact means that he didn't have the power to go and possess Toad even if he was in range. Okay, interesting. I figured
always placed himself outside of range of Toad anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have Iron Fist going up now, giving Toad a chance if he wants to try for it.
To go over the top. Yeah, I can see that. So he already owns that portal, so he hasn't paid to interact with it. He's just gone up to stand on it to be a body to make it harder for Toad to get. But this is just dice 50-50. If he can roll 2 successes, then he's going to be pretty happy probably. So it'd be 3 to 3 if he gets this. And maybe that was his plan all along. I don't know. I feel like and now Toad doesn't have to stand on it because of course he interacts at range 2. So important roll for Frederik. Oh, look at that.
And he gets it.
Okay, once again the game swings on another dice roll and starting to go, okay, maybe this is not so bad. Because now we're looking at 3 to 3 and Frederik's going to get first activation, is going to get the scroll almost certainly on whichever character he wants. Down on that bottom side. Who would you choose to get the scroll on?
I would have said Voodoo, but I'd say he's too far off now for it to be a good choice.
Yep.
Which actually means I don't think he has perfect choice at the moment. I would prefer Magneto, but then you have to walk up and hope it works out. So the best choice for actually getting it would be Mystique, but I don't want it on Mystique.
You've got the option for Magneto. He's got the option to climbing gear. He's going to be on 5 power next round, so he could climbing gear
you're right, yeah.
and still throw a size 2 at Toad. Because then he'll get it back.
No, he won't be able to throw anything, probably, given the
positioning, yeah, because
the
he's got Lizard
and the phone booth.
Yeah, I guess you could throw the phone booth.
His own construct might actually be in the way where he would want to place his Magneto.
Yeah, that might be blocking a landing spot right there. Yep, I think you're right. Actually, Magneto's going to struggle to get within range 2. I guess you don't mind attacking at range 3 though, because if you do a damage, Toad goes down, and if you don't do a damage, he gets pulled in. So if you've climbing geared forward, then you don't mind. Yeah, you've basically got 2 attacks, and the second attack will have lots of rerolls. I guess he'd want Magneto to be doing a bit more than 1 damage with his activation, but I still think Magneto is probably my choice for the person you give the scroll to down there, unless. I mean,
it would be safer, absolutely, but the problem is then you've activated Magneto to basically do 1 damage to Toad, and your best attrition piece does nothing more than that.
Yep. So maybe Mystique. Mystique pumps a couple of shots into Toad and then runs away long.
I'm hoping to survive the rogue lizard onslaught.
Well, I think she runs away.
Is, by the way, very, very deception at the moment.
Ah, yes, he's been pulled in. So that Rogue has a juicy target to have a go at. Interesting use there. Deceptions prevent. There's an argument you could have held it for the Mystique runaway play, so that if you do have Mystique going down.
I would this basically just gives him 1 5 dice attack into 4 dice.
If it does a bunch of damage and builds a bunch of power though, like that's a good attack.
This is perfect. Well, correct. On the other hand, Frederik blocked very well as well.
And 4 blocks from Voodoo.
Okay, so that's no damage.
That's but now maybe the first activation is Rogue doing that again twice next turn. He's got all sorts of options. But we're looking at 3 to 3 should be the score. Oh, he's gone 2.
3 to 3. No, just has 2 points.
You're right. He's just got 2. So it's 4 to 2. You're quite right. Yeah, because that bottom point is held by Lizard getting it over the top of Mystique.
Lizard standing on it.
Of course. Still 4 to 2. I think Frederik would be not unhappy. He's not allowing.
He's happy enough, but and he was very close to getting Toad to drop it. Yeah.
I think that would have been much happier with that, but
obviously.
Syafiq's still in a good position, but the trouble I think is going to the trouble he's going to face is the attrition storm that starts happening. So yeah, I like the look of Mystique activating first here and putting some shots into Toad, picking it up and running to behind Magneto. Now, especially now Deception's offline.
Absolutely.
So that anyone who wants to come into Mystique has to deal with Magneto.
Frederik hates relying on dice, as in this time 4 dice versus 3, so he could go for Magneto just to be certain.
Yeah, but you're losing out on the attrition there, so I think
Yep.
But
I wouldn't do it, but Frederik might, just because he might get quite annoyed otherwise. and he knows himself that then that's when he might actually start making mistakes. Safe place makes for a happy player.
I keep asking myself, what would Pat Dumford do?
And that's what we will never know. He lives in his own dimension, one above ours.
Okay,
we have something going on. I don't know what.
4 dice, so I'm thinking
4
Mystique.
into 3, so perhaps Mystique.
Mystique's got that crit hanging. Toad's
and
continuing
we have to 2 blocks again from Toad.
And he hasn't yet got the rapid fire trigger, so he's hoping to get that hit. Oof.
So no rapid fire, but luckily no damage, so Toad won't be able to slippery away.
Nope, but he's going to have to take a second action now on Mystique.
And that's worse.
Yes, so that the positioning is just a little bit off compared to what he would have liked. I still think that was the right line of play, but he was unlucky not to get a damage and then unlucky not to get a hit. But you've got to ride the dice sometimes. And here comes the second attack. Ooh. Yep, here we go. So this is second action. This time he's got a much better attack and he's got the rapid fire trigger.
Better.
That looks like that's going to take him
And
down.
1 block at the moment, which means he's down no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, okay, that wasn't the roll. Okay, he hadn't rolled yet. Now we have 1 block.
Yeah. So Toad's going to have a little nap. Mystique probably is going to pick that up. And...
Oh, she has to, otherwise Liz will take it and run.
Yep. And Mystique... Oh, she looks like she's having a little roll. Oh no, she's just rolling in the crit there. Just a bit of a lag, I think.
Yeah, and we seem to have quite a bit of lag.
Yep, Mystique picks that up, but is standing right in the middle. Having said that, Lizard and Mystique are not the most deadly of characters. I guess at least Syafiq's Mystique is outside of range 2 of Frederik's Mystique, so he's not going to get martial artist on the pistol shot.
Rogue has the 2 hour, but it's probably outside of charge range anyway.
So Mystique takes a couple of shots at Mystique, generates some power, and then she can asteroid M Rogue in to come and beat Mystique up.
Yeah.
Maybe the pistol shots by themselves are enough.
But even if she does that, then Gwen can just webline her away. Lifesave her away.
That's true.
Outside of 3.
Twice, yeah. Yeah, so this is likely to go. Mystique declares an attack on Mystique. Gwen lifesavers away. Mystique moves then, and then only gets 1 set of attacks onto the Mystique.
Yeah.
But then everybody's moved closer to Magneto, which is, I think, what Frederik wants
And
right now.
Magneto is happy, yeah.
Yeah. So it's tricky. Maybe he leaves that till a bit later in the round. There's no reason he has to go after that Mystique. Mystique's not going anywhere. And maybe...
No, he doesn't have the last power for climbing gear.
Yeah. Maybe he goes after Gwen instead. Potentially 4 shots into Gwen, although she has got cover from that well-placed construct. That might be enough to take her down. It's a bit dicey, especially with the cover. The ways you can use those constructs can be really, really powerful. I'm seeing some good construct placement now.
We have something else. So we have
5 into 4. It's like Rogue into Voodoo.
So that's probably Rogue into Voodoo.
Rogue is, like we said, Rogue's just going to have a bash at this. And Okay, so two coming through at the
Should
minute.
get some damage through, yeah.
But that will start generating power. So only one,
that's
though.
just one damage.
Well, that means...
She will be able to throw this gigantic alehouse into Voodoo as well.
Yeah, he does get
his...
his...
just rude.
Yeah, and it denies it from Magento, which is kind of big.
Yeah. No, they are remembering these things.
Thank you very much, guys. Always helps out.
But we only need two.
Okay. Generally, in this situation, do you prefer to throw the building first or do the attack first?
In this instance, I don't think it matters much.
You see, I always have a preference.
I would throw it first, because if I'm super lucky, I daze Voodoo and I have an action.
I think that's really unlikely. Whereas if I spike my punchy roll, if I leave you on 1, I can only generate 1 power off you. So I like to do the attack first and then follow up. Because if he goes down either way, then I'd rather be generating more power. Anyway, 3 into 2, so he's going to take another 1. And
which actually gives him a chance to survive this.
Yeah, so Rogue being a little bit ineffectual there into Voodoo.
Yeah, he's been unlucky there.
Not unlucky. Rookie Boy, there's been a bit of a glitch with the UI. So there are no KOs. Toad is dazed, but there's just it spawned too many models, and they had to copy them, I think, and so the model on the table isn't quite linked to the card, so it looks like Lizard, Rogue, and Quicksilver all KO'd. In fact, none of them have taken any damage. Right, let's see if Voodoo can survive this massive building being thrown at him.
Yes, he could.
Oh yes.
No.
He needed to block 2.
No, that's
size 4. So that's part A of the plan for Syafiq.
That will be a massive comeback turn for Voodoo if Frederik wants to.
Yeah, I think probably Frederik's quite happy with Rogue and Voodoo having a bit of a punch up on that side, whilst Magento, because Rogue is one of the characters who can threaten Magento quite significantly, whereas Mystique, Lizard, and Toad, he's not going to be too worried about.
And Rogue has at least a much smaller chance of KOing him in one go, since there's no alehouse anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Although probably with a bit of asteroid M positioning, you can get back to the back to this back carpet barn.
Later on for Magento, I was thinking in order to just KO Voodoo early next round, if he gets a chance. So, what would you... No, it's still on... Okay, something's up with their clocks now, since now Syafiq is counting upwards instead.
Okay, well, these guys don't seem to be...
sense.
These guys don't seem to be having too much trouble with the clock. I'm not sure it's going to be a factor.
No, I was just trying to see whose turn it was. And for a while it was Frederik's, and then we went into this instead, so now I have no idea.
Yeah. So we will see Mystique going into Mystique. Okay, so I expect to see a lifesaver here.
Oh, that must mean Frederik passed.
Dice being generated and being
rolled.
No,
lifesaver.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, well, he can't lifesaver. It's Mystique activating.
Ah, of course. Nice, good roll. Nice attack, and he's going to get another one. Only 1 block, so that's a bunch of damage into that Mystique. Blank's not counting. So this is the rapid fire. So this is still the first action.
Yeah.
And another 2.
Okay, so 1 coming through at the moment. Perhaps down to nothing.
Yeah. So
no, that's 1 damage. He will need his other action in order to have a chance to daze her at least. He would have preferred picking it up and running, obviously.
Another 4 dice. No,
Okay.
completely blocked.
That's nothing but another attempt.
He gets the rapid fire. Two hits with a crit hanging, two blocks.
Okay, 2 crits. A crit each. And everything seems thrown. Oh, there we go.
It's all got. There we go. So just managed to squeak it through. Just managed it. Drops a scroll.
Yeah, I don't think this round started as Frederik would have hoped. He has 2 dazed characters all of a sudden, and the scroll's back in Syafiq's hand.
Yep. So I think we'll see Gwen pulling in Mystique to try and reverse that again. Frederik just checking that was a in-range pickup, but yeah, when you see the range 2, it's clearly in.
I do believe he forgot to pay for... No, he got it refunded, so it doesn't matter. That's why.
Yep. That Mystique leadership finally triggering. Hasn't done a lot. It gave Toad a refund of 1, and now it's given Mystique a refund of 1.
Since she usually needs 5 power.
Well, I mean, having someone Asteroid M off her...
Yeah, absolutely. Power is always good.
And blowing up one of Magneto's constructs is always entertaining. So Gwen could do a decent amount of damage to her. Webline her in.
Yeah, she'll get 4 and a 7 dice attack. Yeah. That's pretty good. On the other hand, in range where Mystique will count blanks as well.
Yeah, I'd still expect to get a bit of damage through, and that just makes Magneto's life a little bit easier. And if he can...
Syafiq quickly checked there that Frederik's Mystique and Gwen are within 2 for a possible field dressing, though I'm not certain it's needed. He quickly threw the 2 out there between them.
So just in case viewers are joining us and haven't seen what's going on, in terms of control of the portals, it's 2 to 2. So the top portal at the screen and the right hand portal are controlled by Frederik. The left hand portal and the one at the bottom of the screen are controlled by Syafiq. Although, yeah, once again, those...
The top one might very well go to Syafiq.
Yeah, so he's got 2 characters, and there's only a Toad who's standing far away from it, so isn't actually contesting it. So he can use that range to interact he's got. So short moves, looking at what Magneto...
Weblining.
Oh, webline, yeah. Or the Magneto push, I guess, would do a similar thing, but I think he's at 3 at the minute, so you'd be better off with Gwen. I said right at the top of the game that I thought the Asteroid M play was going to be super important, and the use of those. Not so convinced that's true anymore.
No. Okay, so Ghost Spider's paid for webline. There we go.
Yep, looks like that's going to be within 2. So Gwen's got all manner of options. Spender, so Spender 3.
Yeah,
so she
but
could
one of the big parts is that she can throw afterwards, and she doesn't really want to at the moment.
You could throw into the construct for a free damage.
Isn't it away?
Oh, I would have to double check.
Yeah. No, away.
No.
On the other hand, he went for the throw.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Into 3 blocks, that martial artist Mystique, very nice. This time it will be 7 dice if he chooses to go again. Yeah, 7 dice. So again, Mystique's going to be counting blanks because of our martial artist.
That's
great.
A bad attack roll, but on the other hand, a very bad defense roll.
Okay, but so a bit of chip damage.
1 at least.
Makes Magneto's job just a little bit easier, and I think is now within range 3. So we'll be seeing a couple of attacks coming in, 6 dice and then 6 dice with...
And it's also very likely within 3 of the carpet barn, if he needs to. But on the other hand, brace is not used yet.
Yeah, I think I'd be tempted to throw the size 3, this
Yeah.
Daily Bugle down here would be my choice first. Or, of course, throwing a construct, because when you throw one, you get
Always
space on back.
throw one construct.
Yeah, when you've got 2 constructs on the board, it's always a good idea to throw one. Just gives you, it doesn't hurt your
And the
power
one
generation.
at the bottom isn't anywhere relevant at the moment. The one at the top does give Gwen some nice cover, so.
Yeah.
And we have Lizard thinking about activating, might be attacking Gwen. She would benefit from cover if he does.
Yep, there's a line that crosses that construct, so again, that construct coming into play. But is Gwen the threat? I guess he wants to just do some damage. I'm not sure here.
I'm not sure. He was just measuring it. Perhaps he's hoping to gain some power in order to walk forward and throw Magento away or something.
I mean, with Gwen gone and Mystique gone, I think Lizard's probably best. Just double moving to that right hand, so to Frederik's home.
Yeah, well, he's measuring Quicksilver doing that at the moment.
So I think that would be
I agree, going to the points now.
Yeah.
He's in the lead.
Magneto's not
Try to keep it.
Magneto's not going to make it to that portal that Lizard's standing on at the minute. So, yeah.
He might, if he gets really lucky and has enough power to climb in gear and walk once, but that's somewhat unlikely. Then he would need to daze Mystique in one attack and throws, and have 3 power over for climbing gear, and have 1 power over to interact.
Yep, that's a lot of power he needs there. Okay, looks like the clocks are going in the right direction now. There was a few minutes added, but I don't think it's going to make a massive difference. So let's go and have a look at what's going on up this side of the board. Looks like it's going to be maybe a flying kick from Iron Fist into a punch from Iron Fist. Something along those lines. Just get that power generation from the flying kick.
If it's within, no, it's probably not inside range 2, otherwise I would have preferred hoping for the stun first. He's back in Lizard. It's a difficult choice, obviously.
It is, yeah. Okay, we've got some dice. 4 into 3. Yeah, this looks like Lizard into Gwen
So
then.
that's flying kick. Oh.
Yeah,
we're
Lizard into Gwen.
Yeah, done there. Fairly good attack roll, very bad defense roll.
He'll get cover, so he's got 1 block.
Yeah.
Only if he remembers it, cover is an optional rule, so sometimes you can forget you've got cover. So we'll see. Yeah, he's only taking 1.
He remembered it.
Yeah. Looks like this is happening.
No push.
No, he wants to make another attack.
No, there was a push.
Oh,
yeah.
3 damage, that's pretty good. 1 block. With a cover, that's 2 blocks, so it takes another 1. 2 damage on Gwen. I mean, Gwen is annoying, and taking her out is clearly useful, but I feel like the VP play would have been...
I'd say this mostly... this gave her power.
Yeah.
If she doesn't get dazed, she'll start on her healthy side with 7 power.
And then
she can do a lot then.
She'll have 8 because Magneto's going to throw some stuff this round, surely.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
A lot of power on
Fred's
side.
4 web lines. Run that line and web line 4 people.
Yeah, running around the board, weblining people. Sounds like a good time. Or webline some people close by and then set up some lifesavers for the positioning, maybe to lifesaver Voodoo away from Rogue doesn't feel awful. She will have enough.
True.
She will have enough to charge in, but maybe you can then lifesaver again off the back of that. Try and get her out of the positioning.
But lifesaving charges is the worst feeling in the world. Giving them a move and the action back.
Yes. So, what have we got? We've got So we've still got Quicksilver and Iron Fist to activate for Syafiq, and we've got Magento and Toad. So this is going to be Frederik's activation. Here comes the Mags. It looks like he's looking at climbing gear, or potentially just what a single move would get him to try and get those re-rolls. But I really don't hate just 6 dice ignoring the martial artist into that Mystique. It's likely to do a decent chunk of damage. Probably
yes, he's standing in a good spot for throws. He has a line to her, he has a line to, well, 2 size 2, a size 3 and a size 4 from where he's standing.
Yep.
So I wouldn't move yet.
Looks like he's spending 2 power. He's going to be throwing a size 2.
That's the first construct.
Yep. Yep. Throwing it into Mystique. See how she does on her blocks. Nimble dodging she's been practicing. Can you use martial arts on metal constructs? Yeah,
yes, you can.
Pretty solid. Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
So kids, try this at home.
Takes one. Okay. Well, yeah, solid. Good. But now she's only got 3 left. Magento could do that in a single attack quite happily. He's also got the power to just throw something else. Yeah, he can reach the size 4, he can reach the size 3. He's got the power for either of them.
I wouldn't go for it with Brace still on the line.
Well, maybe he wants to get Brace out.
The size 3 perhaps, yeah.
Yeah, he's spent 3. He needs to spend 1 more. There we go.
There we go.
So he's throwing the size 3, trying to bring that Brace out, which is what we're seeing. So now the size 4 is going to go at someone. He's distributed some power.
He needs 4 more power first.
Well, I can see that happening.
Here we go.
Yep. So, some cards being played.
Yeah, the cards are. Syafiq is trying to fiddle with the cards. He has 2. He used the deception now in the stream review, but we know what's what at least.
It's fine. Yeah, Brace is gone. I think we're going to see, Max into Mystique. So he doesn't get the rerolls, but she doesn't get her count blanks, which, ooh.
2 crits on the other hand. So 4 into 2, but 2 crits.
Locks 3 takes another 1. Oh, this slow trickle, drip of VPs coming off Mystique. But she'll get pulled in. So the question is, what do you want? Do you want the rerolls to give her the blanks, or... Ooh.
He wants the rerolls. Do you have the mathematical answer to what's correct here?
Not
Everyone always thinks you have everything just popping out in your head there.
No, it's all in a spreadsheet. I have to go and look at my spreadsheet and it'll tell me the answer. But I feel like you want the rerolls. Rerolls is just so powerful. I think you could just, because she's only rolling 3 dice, you're gonna... So you've only got to do, 2 damage? Yeah, I think the rerolls is the right answer. Especially when you roll like that.
Yeah. Got 2 scouts on the other hand.
Yeah.
Okay, she's just blocking 1, so he's already...
Doesn't need any rerolls. Doesn't need those rerolls. Finally drops her. That took an awful lot of resources to do that.
Yes, it did.
And Magento, I suspect, will be grabbing that scroll and saying thank you very much.
But that means attrition-wise, things are looking better for Syafiq at the moment. Toad and Mystique are Days on his side versus Mystique and Voodoo.
Yep.
Frederik's.
Yep.
That's not what you want.
So he's looking at a climbing gear. I don't think that's going to get him where he wants to go.
And it's a point he obviously wants to contest it, but he owns it.
I think that's to try and protect it from either Iron Fist or Quicksilver coming down there. But I don't think he's going to get there, and I think that would be a waste of a climbing gear if he were to do that. So Syafiq's still got Iron Fist and Quicksilver, so we're going to be activating at the top, and Frederik's just got Toad left after he's finished with Magneto.
So in many ways, Syafiq is ahead both attrition-wise and probably on scenario as well.
He's very likely to go 3-3 this round, isn't he? That's the most likely outcome.
So it's not a large lead.
No, and you could.
That's something of a lead, absolutely.
Yeah, but only scoring 3. If he's going 3-3, sort of for the rest of the game, I think that probably favours Frederik, because it's going to be what 7, 10. We turn round 5 at least before he ends, and that will give Frederik time to apply Magneto to face repeatedly. So up comes Quicksilver.
Quicksilver.
Moving into ranged contest, but also to punch.
He doesn't have any power, so it's just a
3 dice.
Oh, he's rolling. He paid. He's rolling for
he's interacting.
Right,
yeah. And he might be. Can you long move and go and interact with the other one? How much power is he on? No power. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Looks like it's punch then. If he does really well, maybe he'll try that long move, superpower, and interact. But you need to get 3 damage through in order to do that. 4 into 3. Can happen.
Can happen.
But maybe looking just to leverage 3 dazed characters for Frederik. That would be a sad time for him. Oh, crit and a shield. I think that's one of his crazy triggers, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the dash, so he gets a short advance. Not exactly what we want at the moment, though.
But there was no one else to attack, so the other trigger wouldn't have helped.
Yeah, it's absolutely the correct call. And the other one is Wild Hit. He doesn't have that.
Yeah.
And that would be into another character, so it wouldn't battle rush.
So the short advance is probably the one he would rather have. I don't know what to do with it, but I don't think it makes a huge difference at this point. He may even choose not to take it. He might be saying pretty happy. Yeah, looks like he's saying, no, I'm done. So Toad and Iron Fist up the top here. Going to have a bit of a slugfest. I guess Toad could spit some acid at someone. But he's got to try and go over.
There you go, contest the right point.
I think that's probably better.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
For fun, he could always roll on the point, but he needs all 3 successes at the moment.
Yeah, that seems. I guess
he might as well. He has 4 power.
Well, if you hit a skull, then you're going to be put back.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I guess he's got enough to hop, double move, hop, and interact still. So I guess maybe it's worth it. So 2 power from Toad to spit acid. Do we think, or is this a hop?
It's the weird version. It's a pay to move.
Okay.
We don't know what this is.
Maybe they've got the distance for the hop wrong. Maybe he's paid in advance. He's like, I'm just going to pay the power now, and he's front loading an attack or a hop, or we'll see.
I would more think, yeah. Okay. Yeah, the incorrect hop range seems most likely at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they're both playing Toad, and Toad's a common character, so they both should know how far Toad hops. So I can only assume that he's...
Luckily he won't reach it with a move.
Well, yeah.
Since it is an incorrect measurement, hopefully he won't gain anything from it.
Because it's about extra 2 inches. Range 2 is 3 inches, and a medium stick is about 5 inches. So he's got an extra couple of inches. If that is what happened, it's entirely possible that Frederik's just accidentally removed 2 power, paid thinking he was going to hop, and then moved instead, and maybe it's the power that's wrong rather than the...
Yeah.
So it looks like...
Okay, so move, hop.
Move, hop, and then he's paying 1.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think
then everything is
it's all
fine.
Or move, hop, move, or hop, move, move, or...
And he got the point.
And he did over the top of rogue. Very nice. So Frederik is...
So what would you do with Iron Fist now? Would you go for Frederik's point, or would you go down to start fisting those some more?
I think I would be bringing Iron Fist towards Magneto, and I think I would be playing for VPs. So I think... because if Iron Fist does manage to get it over the top of Toad, then he's still... It's the same. It's no better or worse that point than the other point. So I would be going for the one that gets Iron Fist into a position where he could flying kick into Magneto. That's what I'd be considering. And Toad, if he does get an attack into Toad, Toad can slippery off, but he's still going to be contesting that point. So the top point... oh, because he got the skull. There we go. That's what that
was. Okay.
Got the skull on the roll. So Syafiq has brought Toad back towards Iron Fist. That's why he was measuring the range 3, going, can I get a flying kick? Okay, so we're...
climbing gear.
Climbing gear Magneto in. At the end
Hoping to get there?
End of Toad's activation. No, I think
Not
he measured,
even close.
Yeah, he measured it before and it was clearly out. He must just want Magneto over there for the start of the next round, I'm guessing.
We don't really know why.
No. It's an interesting one then, the climbing gear.
Yeah, I have no idea why he did that.
Maybe an Asteroid M setup, having someone come in an Asteroid M onto the point? Don't know.
You get Mystique out of harm's way, perhaps, yeah. We'll see. And that's some good ahead thinking. So we could just as well do it at the start of the next round.
I was just thinking, did he bring Magneto into flying kick range? Because that would be an oops. But I think he's out.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll tell you what that does do. Okay. Maybe this is his line of thinking. He's thinking, if Iron Fist does come down towards Magneto, I know exactly what my first activation is next round. Magneto is going to be double attacking into Iron Fist and throwing a size 4 piece of terrain.
While that's completely true, that would also mean that you have a dazed Iron Fist with enough power to fist someone and a Mystique standing with enough power for a field dressing. She would have to move in order to field dress, absolutely, but then Magneto would activate in order to just daze.
Then you've got Gwen as your counter. Gwen just with a bunch of power pulls Magneto, pulls
that's
the
true.
Mystique away from Iron Fist. So, okay, there's sort
we will see. He's here at least.
Yeah, wheels within wheels. This is why these guys are playing the game and we're sitting on the sideline.
That's the man who played his game a few days ago.
well, true, but I'm out now.
Well, half of these guys will be as well. He got the point. So Syafiq is up to 3 points.
But he also got the skull.
He
got the skull as well. Ugh. Oh, so it's going to be probably just one attack is going to do it now because he's going to guarantee get the rerolls. Yuck.
I already did.
I know. Iron Fist could have positioned out of 2, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So maybe a slight mispositioning there. But because of the skull, it didn't matter.
So helping out with a field dressing plan, helping Syafiq here, placing him within 2 of Mystique.
I guess, yeah.
Why would I think he got it.
Yeah, he's just as you said that, your telepathy with him, clearly.
Or he's listening in.
I think that's unlikely. I would really struggle.
I know of very few more... I blanked on the English word, but people who are averse to cheating.
Yeah. Trustworthy or reputable.
Yeah, that's it. Never ask me to speak to people on a Friday. Well, that's exactly what you did, but now you know for next time. Okay, so that's the cleanup. And while they're cleaning up, I will rush to the little boys' room.
Wonderful. Okay, so we've got 7-5, so a slight advantage still for Syafiq, but with the sort of the balance of power kind of nicely poised. I think if Syafiq didn't have a slight advantage, this would be, advantage Frederik significantly. As it is, this is delicately poised and good decisions, good decision making, and good dice rolls are going to be what's going to win or lose this game. The construct position, we've seen some excellent construct positioning from Frederik so far, so I'm interested to see what he's planning to do this time with them. Last time he was very much about giving Gwen cover, which he's still got from Lizard, from that positioning of that construct. He's positioned it so that it's not within one of any of his characters, which is always a wise thing to do with an enemy Mystique running around. You don't want to have Mystique blowing up Magneto's construct and hurting the team. So it can be easy to fall into that trap when you're forgetting that they care about the terrain as well. But I don't see he's getting a huge amount of value from that construct there. Maybe he's just putting it there because he knows he's going to go with Magneto first, throw it, so the placement didn't really matter that much. Talking about this statue, which is also size 2, and he's got a size 4 carpet barn that he can do things with as well. And this construct is still in range, so he's got 3 size 2s and a size 4, sitting on 4 power at the minute, but I can imagine that he's going to go into Iron Fist, hopefully generate a bunch of power out of that. And then
bad for him that both the characters are martial artists.
It is.
Otherwise, you could just pummel one and throw things in the other.
That's true, but I think he could pummel one, throw things at them, then pummel the other and throw things at that one, is, I suspect, the plan. Do 1 or 2 damage to Iron Fist, throw a size 4 at him, do 1 or 2 damage to Mystique, and then throw a bunch of size 2s. Or the other way around.
Here come the attacks at least.
So 6 dice with rerolls into 3 counting blanks. So decent block.
Absolutely.
But we've got some rerolls coming in.
So the crit went well, and now 3 rerolls as well.
Oof, that's gone very well.
That's 4 damage.
Yep. Which is going to power him up. I suspect we're going to see a size 2 thrown at Mystique to try and finish her off. Well, there goes the field dressing play. Who else could do it? What's Lizard's power on? Lizard could field dressing someone. He could move in and do that. But again, he's got Gwen. Yeah. There goes the construct.
So now we might be looking at 2 dazed characters, and Lizard would have to double move in order to get to Iron Fist, which is the more interesting target. Okay, she's blocking 1 and dazing from that throw.
She's KOing. She's off the board.
KOing, sorry, yeah. And this is the first correct KO in the
so there is now review. 1 KO. Then we'll see an attack and almost certainly 5 power for a size 4 throw into Iron Fist.
Well, that was a lucky break for Frederik. I think he needed it.
Yeah, but doing that is going to hand over priority.
Does it matter?
Well, it means
Rogue is the only really dangerous character, and
sure,
he has...
Next turn, that Iron Fist is going to come in with that fist. And if he does a bit of chip damage somehow, not quite seeing where from, but if he did a bit of chip damage, maybe Rogue abandons Voodoo and move charges, or he puts Toad into Asteroid M Rogue in. Maybe gets a bit of damage into Magneto.
Exactly what Frederik is considering, since he's not just going for the attack dice.
He's thinking about it, certainly, isn't he? Weighing it up. I'm just looking at what if I just run away? Iron Fist won't. Yeah, if he gets out of 2, Iron Fist can't Iron Fist him this round. Flying Kick would give him 1. Hasn't got enough power. Yeah, just the power denial on Iron Fist, I really don't mind.
That's smart line of play there, so
Yep.
definitely don't throw anything at him now. No. The point. And that's not the role you want.
Especially with the skull. That's going to bamf him back into Iron Fist range. Iron Fist might have enough power now to generate...
Okay, check for lives. Then he might not even move him inside of 2 from Iron Fist.
I think there's a spot there. It's not very big, but I think there's a spot Magneto can go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Kind of over there. And that's.
But here's the issue. Now we have to remove this measure stick, and there you go. If you place it next to the wall, you're good.
Yeah, you're right. He should be using the size of the range 2. There we go. So they are doing it properly. So he's now having to eyeball that place that he's picked out earlier.
And Magneto died.
Oh,
it happens.
Yeah. Don't roll skull, guys. It's really bad on portals. You mess up a portal, you never know where you're going to end up.
The dark dimension.
It's gone a little bit wonky, but I think he's outside of 2 of Iron Fist there. Yeah, he's just...
they both know he had it.
But now the place they've positioned is outside of 2. Oof. I think
this is the top one too.
The tools have done him a dirty on that.
I'm guessing we don't have a judge for this game?
Sadly we don't, but I think it looks like Frederik is being a gentleman.
We could probably have said that, you had the measurements.
I think also Frederik is being a gentleman, it looks like, and allowing him just to nudge it in. We'll see. So difficult to see this, but there's still 5 unactivated characters for Syafiq. So Frederik still has priority, which I think is kind of important right now. And Magneto is also contesting that portal, so it's going to be harder to flip over the top of it.
I think already owns it.
You're quite right. Of course. So, the portals, Syafiq has all of them apart from the one, as we're looking at on the left, the one with Rogue right next to it.
Might seem odd. The one with only Syafiq's characters close to it.
Yeah, and the one that's on Syafiq's side of the board as well, on his deployment side.
Yep. So, who's up now? Would you go for Rogue already? Or would you wait with her?
How important is taking Voodoo off the board right now? Probably not as important as dealing with Magneto.
No, but if he doesn't go with Rogue now, the 9 power Voodoo might have an issue or 2 with Rogue even activating.
Yeah, that's true, because that's 2 Staff of Legbers. That's probably, you might well get 3 wilds on those attacks, and then that's 3 automatic damage from the power that Rogue's losing, and then Rogue's got this power. Yeah, okay. I see your argument. I see your argument, but I think you would want to kind of lean into that play, because what is Syafiq's outs here? He's lost Mystique, who had decent odds of doing, chip damage into Magneto, probably 2 to 3 damage wouldn't be unreasonable. On her activation, but Rogue is going to be the one who you would be expecting to get solid damage into Magneto. So my thinking would be, how can I Asteroid M Rogue in? So Quicksilver's got 2 power, Toad's got 5 power, although it's looking slightly fragile on only 3 health.
You're going in hoping to stand Toad there.
Well, I think you arguably you go with Toad and just run. Okay. He's choosing violence, so Rogue is going to punch Voodoo. Maybe he's thinking, well, I'll do another 3-3 and then I'll deal with Magneto. Maybe I don't have to deal with that right now.
The table is always a good thing.
Yeah.
So did he pay any power?
He was on...
I have trouble seeing.
No, he was on 3. They didn't pay any power. He's just a regular.
Really. So it's just a good roll with
nice attack.
builder.
But a decent block.
Good block as well.
Yeah. They've been trading punches, these two. So 4...
So 4 to 2 damage.
That's a solid start. Rogue's got... she hasn't got much in the way of terrain around her.
Yeah, he just has the size 1 bench that he would have charged to get into, well, even a size 2.
Yeah, I mean, you can throw Voodoo into the size 1 bench for an auto damage, though, so having that in the back of your mind is not awful. 2 slightly unfortunate. Yeah, he's just checking her spender because he can't afford to pay for the spender and the throw. He's 1 short of that, which is a shame. So that let's see. He is going for the spender though.
He went for the spender.
Because that's got the auto throw, so it's got a guaranteed damage on it.
Oh, yeah, that will do it.
Oh, but he's got a great block.
Oh, that's a good.
They really are matching each other's dice. So 6 into 4, 2 through, and then the throw. I think he's going to have to rely on... but no, the power burn's not going to do anything because he's just going to eat some of the power and not do any damage. Oof, I think this Voodoo is going to survive. Seeing, can I get you out of 3 so you can't punch me back? Voodoo's playing Indomitable by the looks of it. 2 power off him.
Yeah.
Saying, no, I quite like standing here. But I imagine Rogue will be taking back that portal. I don't see the point in trying to burn a bit of power. It's not going to do anything to Voodoo significantly.
Yeah, you're right. He went for the roll.
But what that does is it makes Rogue much less susceptible to Staff of Legba. Having only 1 power on her, she can take at most 1 damage off the first Staff of Legba. So I don't mind that at all. There was a fun, I don't know if you heard it, but there was a fun interaction on Omnis's Omnis Protocol podcast recently about Domino being attacked by Voodoo, where Voodoo's Staff of Legbers rolls a bunch of wilds and Domino goes, great, I've got no skulls, but I'm going to spend 5 power to turn all my skulls into crits, and now I've got no power, so your wilds on Staff of Legba don't damage me.
That's big brain decisions. Okay, so Voodoo is activating. He has paid 3. That's probably a Staff of Legba.
Seems likely. Yeah, semi-nice. Just the 1 block. There's so those wilds. Only one of those is going to do its super crazy trick. So 1 damage from the wild. What?
And 3 damage from the roll.
Well, that'll be reduced by 1 for 2. So
that's 3 damage in all.
Yeah, 3 damage. And
halfway there.
Rogue will end up on what, 2 power.
And his throw is within 3, isn't it?
He did get a skull though, so that's gonna give him enough for another Staff of Legba. If he wants it.
His throw was only within 2, so he can only throw Rogue or the bench. Probably not the bench.
Yeah, it doesn't seem great. I mean, but there's an argument. Throw Rogue off.
Yeah, you can throw it into the bench off the point.
But
or just throw her away and go take points. Take the point.
Rogue should have gained 2 power there, because although the power burn doesn't give power, the damage from the Staff of Legba does.
Yeah.
So Rogue should be sitting on 2 power. Do you want to hit up, see if there's an accuser who can jump into the game briefly?
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind, go and jump yourself into Discord. He's just, spotted the skull for Voodoo. because that might change his decision-making process, meaning that if there's power on Rogue, it's much more likely that Astaghfirullah is going to get the damage through that he needs to daze her. Although it's entirely possible the positioning and the point is more important, so maybe I don't care. Maybe you don't care about dazing Rogue. On 2 power, she's not that threatening. She's going to have the power to Asteroid M next round. He is doing another Astaghfirullah. So let's see whether he's got 1 wild, so that should have, well, that would have been relevant. Ooh.
Okay, should we consider it too late, or?
I think if the accusers are there, we will, as long as we don't go too far on this attack, that is something for them to sort out, frankly. So no damage from there, and she did have 2 power, so she should have taken 2 more damage, and I think they've seen that now. So they've seen she wasn't on power, added 2 power on, which is about to be stripped off, and she'll take 2 damage. Yeah, they caught it. Good.
Perfect.
So whoop, on the power goes, whoop, away the power goes, and a couple of damage onto Rogue. And Voodoo still got 3 power, so then he can toss Rogue into a bench for an auto damage and daze her, should he want. Yeah, there we go, up to 5. So then just to throw into a bench, and that's a dazed Rogue. And I guess Toad is positioned to go and grab that point later.
Yeah, he certainly is, unless Quicksilver wants to do anything about it.
Yeah, and Toad's still got 4 health. He's annoyingly healthy. And Quicksilver, if he's spending that 2... Oh, is he throwing the bench into Rogue rather than Rogue into the bench?
It seems so. That's a bad call, because... No, he didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rogue into the bench. There we go. I think maybe Syafiq misunderstood what he was saying.
Probably, yeah.
Because the bench is only size 1, it goes away. And that gives it power to...
Absolutely correct in it probably being the incorrect choice to activating Rogue. Now she's out of the relevant attrition fight, and she didn't even kill Voodoo, and she got dazed in return.
Although I think I would have probably had my money on Rogue to do enough to Voodoo there.
Yeah.
I think it was that first attack, he only did 2. If he'd have done 3, he would have had enough for a sudden hospitality and a throw, which makes it then that much more likely, yeah. So, close. It's fine margins often these games come down to. Okay, what are we looking at now? So, we are over to Syafiq, and he's got all sorts of problems to deal with.
Yeah, he has a lot of problems, but he has all 4 points at the moment. That's the good part.
Yes.
Which makes it even more difficult to choose what to do. He doesn't want to leave any points.
Yeah, and I think Toad is threatening, and right in between those 2 points, he's threatening to hop, interact, double move to another one, interact, and he's got the 4 power. He needs to do that. And the medium move, the range 2 place, and then the range 2 interact really means that he can just do whatever he wants with interacting with these points.
He's considering activating his Toad. He was outside of 2 of Mystique, so no acid spitting. Going to Toad might be a very good idea, since if Mystique just stands still and starts blasting with her pistols, the 3 health Toad might be a very dead Toad.
So Syafiq's got a choice of Lizard, Toad, and Quicksilver. Yeah, and then...
Yeah, Toad is probably licking Mystique. I think there are quite a few people who would pay to do that.
It's paid 2 power. Is he hopping first? Yeah, he's going to hop into spit acid range, maybe.
Yeah.
creating 2 more power, so it's going to incinerate her. She's going to get blanks against this because of her martial artist, because martial arts works against acid, kids. Try that at home.
All the good tips for the kids.
Oh, I thought there was dice coming in, but it looks like... Oh, lifesaver, of course. Yep, so Toad's going to get a refund on his power.
Yeah.
Or he should at least, because the lifesaver happens before the pay power step. So Toad should be on 3 power. And maybe he's going to have a lick. And he's out of lick.
He may well have gotten annoyed with Gwen for doing that.
Yeah.
Throwing his tongue all around, seeing what he can reach.
Not sure what that 4's for.
No.
Okay, so it looks like we're going into...
Somewhat bad roll into Gwen. Yeah.
Yep, gets blocked.
No damage, no push.
Gonna do it again.
Did it again.
Gets the push this
No
time.
damage, she has to push if he wants.
Does she have cover
And 1
against him?
damage.
Yeah, she's got cover, I think, from the
Oh,
construct.
she's got cover, so no damage.
Yeah.
2 attacks, no damage. And I don't think she cares all that much about being pushed at the moment.
Yeah, she's still going to be in range of Mystique. To lifesaver again. Man, Gwen, when she's got so much power, has just got so many options. Ugh. Yeah, she's a long mover too, so you could quite easily see a situation in which, yeah, Toad can cover off 2 of those portals, and Gwen, she probably can't do 2. But she can.
She might almost have to activate now. She's a good power battery for Iron Fist right now.
That's... Well, for Iron Fist stays, doesn't he? No, he didn't ever got attacked,
No.
did he? Yeah.
He
In my head, I
didn't
was like,
touch him.
Iron Fist is dazed. And like, no, he chose not to go down that path. But you're right. 1 punch there. Yep. So I think it's likely we see Gwen choosing the path of caution against the immortal Iron Fist.
Go with web line.
Ah, yeah, very nice. Getting him out of Magneto range.
Yeah. Let him stop trying kicking Mystique or something. That just doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's not important if Mystique disappears off the board. And then I imagine Gwen's going to go up to the Magneto portal. And
But why is he attacking her?
because he's got a free attack. He only needs to take 1 move.
True.
But this might go badly.
Yeah, it gives him power.
Yeah. Oh, it's the spender. So
Oh.
hasn't done any
That's not
damage.
power well spent.
Well, didn't deal damage. He was hoping to throw him away
For
short.
the
I
throw,
think.
then then it would have been a better choice. Yeah.
Best case scenario there, you squeak through 1 damage and throw him away.
Throw him away. Yeah.
But now you just move so that you get onto that point. Yeah. Yeah, there's no point in moving Lizard or Toad. Considering throwing out with another web line before you go, but I don't think it makes a difference.
He only has 1 power after the spender.
Yes. Yeah. Which is just enough to interact. Gets it, but also gets placed.
Oh, but the skull is big actually.
Yep, that means that Iron Fist might be able to get a flying kick into Gwen, and then either punch her or maybe start doing some chip damage into Magento.
Difficult choice there, which way to go. Help Quicksilver, punch her to get a move, some more, or a power battery for Iron Fist. Quicksilver it is.
Oh man, I really like Gwen in that position though. I think that's a great spot for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. In between those portals, just next round is going to give him so many options. It's going to be in the situation Toad finds himself now.
So, Syafiq, yes. He doesn't have very many good options at the moment. He's waiting for next round, perhaps. So Quicksilver can leave the point, giving it to Toad.
Yes. Well, giving Toad potentially 2 points then.
Yeah, which doesn't seem very good. If he's going into where Magneto is standing, that's not an enviable position to move into. Lizard, he could leave the point since Toad is there, I guess. But, well, you can absolutely take Voodoo off the board.
Yeah, and it's an injured Toad, so Toad being there doesn't matter. He doesn't count.
Ah, that's true. And he could perhaps stand on the point and still... Yeah, he could stand on the point and still tail whip, or what's it called, into Voodoo, hoping for the 2 final points of damage.
Yeah, I can see wanting to just feel like you're achieving something. Yeah, here goes Lizard. It's going to try.
And he has 4 power. So he could go for that. Cold-blooded. But he didn't.
Some
he did.
rethinking going on.
Yep.
Maybe a throw? I don't know. Seeing Trio's throwing the car.
So, will Brother Daniel stand in front of the car?
Let's see.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Square in the face. If you died once, it's fine to do it again.
Yeah, it turns out. Okay, so now we've got 4 dice attack coming in.
And given the amount of checks, it's an important one.
Yeah.
Ooh! And a bad one.
Just seeing if Voodoo gets any power off the skull.
Nope.
Nope.
That was not hoping for, so that's 3 power off Lizard, leading the point and achieving absolutely nothing.
Well, you don't normally bring Lizard expecting him to have stellar damage output. That's not what he does,
nope.
Is it? So, and Mystique at least is injured. So if Mystique goes and takes that point, oh no, Toad's already gone, hasn't he? Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah, Toad's gone. And then, as we talked about, Frederik's Toad is threatening to go and score both of those points if circumstances allow. So it's going to be looking like Frederik's threatening to score 6 this round, which feels
very much turned into a Frederik around this one.
And he's adroitly kept priority so that he can make important decisions at the beginning of next round as well. Oof. What do you think the best shot at taking Magneto? Because there's still no damage on Magneto. So the best shot at taking Magneto down.
Problem. Yeah. He doesn't have a good shot at taking Magneto. basically all he can hope for is going. He probably has to move in both Quicksilver and Iron Fist and hope that one of them spikes. But we're talking really bad odds here.
Yeah. Looks like this is Mystique into Toad. Wow,
And
lovely.
Mystique is having...
Lovely Mystique roll. Oof!
Yeah,
Okay.
she's having a field day.
That's just rude.
So, even though he blocked fairly well, that's bye-bye Toad.
Yep. Mystique gains power, and she's going to have a go at that portal. Which she gets. And
Gets it, and no skull.
So she stays with right. There she is. So that is not what Syafiq is looking for.
Basically rude.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this is an uphill struggle.
Yeah, he's now got 2 characters off the table, and he's got this wide spread out, and he's facing off against Gwen and Toad, who are both very mobile characters. His Iron Fist is in the middle of nowhere. It's not impossible, but
we're getting there.
Yeah. Pat, there is a display error. The KO'd characters are Toad and Mystique. Rogue is only dazed, and Quicksilver and Lizard are both healthy. There was some issues in the setup early in the game. So we've now got 2 KO'd characters, not 5. But good to see you on the stream, Pat. Welcome.
I can really understand him taking some time here. Is it hoping for luck, or is there a play there that I just can't see?
I think you've just got to... Well, the attrition's gone quite badly against him now with 2 characters off the board. He's going to struggle to maintain his I'm going to score 3, you're going to score 3 plan. Maybe... Because Mystique is injured, maybe he just, Iron Fist goes and claims that point back. Maybe that's the best play on the board for him right now. So he can flying kick into Mystique and get to place and probably take it over her. It's not what he wants to do. He's just, I think he might be trying to defend his 3-3 into next round and then maybe into next round, but it's looking increasingly difficult.
I'm hoping for an asteroid M with Rogue into Magento and just...
That's possible.
Yeah, but it's not likely.
Well, you can't Asteroid Rogue anymore. Oh, he's got Quicksilver still. I was going to say all his Brotherhood characters are gone.
Quicksilver would have to move up and then survive. Without saying can't catch me and going away again.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe his plan is just, okay, Magneto can stay over there. You can't Asteroid Magneto because he's holding a scroll. I'm in the lead. Let's see if I can just use my 4 characters against your 4 characters that aren't Magneto to try and keep scoring 3 every round. Maybe I'll kill Voodoo early doors next round, and then maybe that's enough for me to start just rotating rounds, frustrating Magneto, who's slow, and I can still see that could be a route to victory for him. So I think ignoring...
Yeah, he has the chance. The problem is with Frederik having priority.
But he's going to get... Voodoo's going to do some work, but he's not got that much power, so it's only going to be a standard attack, and then maybe some spenders or some throws off after that, but I don't think it's going to be enough to take down Rogue. Maybe it is, but... And Lizard's very, very difficult to take down. I don't think...
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard for him to... I think Rogue is the target, because they're kind of equally tough. And taking down Rogue feels much more impactful than taking down Lizard. Or yeah, KOing Rogue rather than dazing Lizard.
If he could even just make one attack into Rogue, hoping to burn some of her power and throw her away, she would be quite ineffectual. But we'll see.
Yeah.
That's for next round.
So this is...
Now we're on to Frederik's Toad.
Frederik. Yeah, this Toad we've been talking about. So he's going to go and grab that one, and then
run over to another one.
Hop, interact, double move, interact. Seems like a strong line of play. So because he didn't go the full distance, I imagine he's going back up to the Quicksilver one.
Seems so, yeah.
If he was going
he
to the
could
bottom,
take the one by Mystique without it being contested, but he's... So he takes it, but he has the skull, which might interfere with the plans.
He's going to be a little bit further away, but ooh.
But Syafiq might have basically helped him.
Well, yeah, it felt like he was erring towards that one because of not going the full hop distance. But now that's kind of made up his mind for him, and he's like, "Yep, this is fine."
But that gives him an attack as well, with the possibility to push Quicksilver away.
Yes, which is not great. And he's smartly, Toad can stand outside, but he's going to want to stand within one. I would have thought to make Quicksilver have to roll over the top of him. Yep. Choosing to ignore Toad's ability there, just for the benefit on this. He hasn't yet. He's done the.
No, but why would you roll first?
Yep, that's a good question. Because if you push him off, then that would have claimed it for him. Yeah. He's chosen.
He forgot his second action.
Yeah, he thought he only had one action. Easy to do with Toad because he can do so many things that feel like actions.
So, in a few minutes, I will hear a primal scream from about 2 kilometers away.
Okay, so slight misplay. Is that going to be enough of a door opening? Quicksilver, so this is the last activation.
He lost the finals in Season 5, basically, from one slight misplay. That was a really big misplay, actually.
So Quicksilver, doesn't have the power to super speedster over there. He'll just walk, put himself in a nice point where he can go to any of the other points he needs to next turn. Yeah. I like that position.
There.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
I like it. And has he got to go over the top of anyone? No, it looks like everyone's out there. So.
Yep, the roll he needs.
Yep.
Got it, and no skull.
There's been an awful lot of skulls and repositioning. So, what does that mean? We're looking at 2...
Well, 3-3 again.
Yeah, 2 portal... No, isn't it 4 to... No, you're right, it's 3-3. So, yeah, this is I think this is Syafiq's game plan, is just score 3 for the next 2 rounds and try not to die. Killing Voodoo is probably going to help with that, because otherwise Voodoo can turn off one of the characters. Like, turning off Quicksilver will feel very nice. But I suspect Voodoo is going away this round, sooner or later.
Yeah.
But just ignoring Magneto, big scary Magneto over there, big slow scary Magneto, and going...
Emphasis on the slow.
Well, yeah, his move speed short, and now he's also got a scroll as well, so he's doubly slow.
But he has 10 power, he can walk up and start throwing things.
Well, that's, I guess, true, but there's not loads of stuff on that side of the board.
No, but I think that range 3, medium base and long move stick actually reaches between the carpet barn and lizard if you would want to.
Ooh.
I'm not certain.
Yeah, that's spicy.
It probably would.
That is spicy. I think there's some measuring to be done there.
But
So you could stick
might have to start with Voodoo if you even want to activate Voodoo.
Oh yeah, I think it's definitely Voodoo first, and I think Syafiq's kind of telegraphing that he's ignoring Magneto, so you don't need to go first with Magneto.
Yeah.
And yeah, if Voodoo doesn't go first, he's not going to get an action this round. So Magneto...
What Voodoo could do now is actually going for Quicksilver.
You could argue what Voodoo should do now is drop a token on Quicksilver and double move away and just go... I'm going to go to like this...
He's 1 power short.
Is he? Oh, he is as well. Have they done
Otherwise,
power?
yeah, it would have been amazing. But
yeah. Have they done power up
if
this
he
round
attacks
already?
him and yes, they did. Magneto went from 7 to 10 power, so they have.
Pretty good.
Which means that I would attack him, hoping to power drain him enough, sap power enough for him not to be able to say "you can't catch me" on the next attack. because, as you said earlier, he went into Rogue. Rogue and Lizard are
Rogue
definitely
is the right call, I think. So if you can take her off the board, that's actually impactful. And it's some dice to roll. Ooh,
okay, that's the way. Now this is the perfect roll, I'd say. If you want. Now he saps her power.
Yep.
She's down to 1. He could throw her away and ignore her. She won't be able to charge.
Yeah, or Asteroid M. Yeah,
Exactly.
that is very strong. So yeah, you just say, go over there, Rogue. And
And then you can drop your Daniel
on Quicksilver
and
run
move once away.
That's horrid. Voodoo's so ridiculous.
Yes, he is. Oh, please, give us a smaller errata.
Small errata?
Yeah, one character. The errata is small. It's quite significant to that one character. You could throw in Thanos and perhaps even Black Cat there, of course, but that's what we're all hoping for, I think.
Yeah. Oh, and you can run Voodoo into Gwen range as well, so she can life save a Voodoo if you do manage to get in it. Ugh, yuck.
So if he sets that line of play,
considering monkey brain, lizard dome, that's the one. Just factoring that into his thinking. Field dressing. Who are the healthy characters for Syafiq? He's got Quicksilver's healthy, Lizard's healthy. That's
an Iron Fist.
Oh, Iron Fist. Yeah, I keep forgetting about Iron Fist. Where is he? He's down here. There we go. So we've got. Oh, he's choosing murder. He's choosing murder.
Why? Stuff of leg back.
Not a great one.
Stuff of leg back.
Yeah, it's not doing anything. Okay.
At least Rogue's still on 1 power.
That's
so
true.
If he now remembers to throw her away, he has small part of the advantage left there.
Getting that skull was vital, so that he's got the 3 power, so he's got the choice of what to do with that 3 power. But yeah, throwing Rogue seems good. Just don't throw her into terrain. There's a mailbox there. Watch out for the mailbox.
Take that.
He's like, no, it's fine. I missed the mailbox. Cool. Whew. Yeah. Okay. So it kind of worked out similarly. It's a shame Voodoo's not. Man, dropping the token.
But Daniel is still on him, which is actually sad.
Yeah, I think
Because if he would go stand in the middle of the board, as you said, Syafiq has to go for all the points. And then he can't But no, what's happening now?
4 into 3. This is Fist into Mystique.
Could be. If he wants to
flying
fist
kick
her, that would be fun.
Flying kick into Mystique, maybe. It's a really good attack roll. Whoever it is into.
He doesn't need to fist her. She's on 1 now.
Yep. And that's a relatively safe spot from Magento. So, I mean, he's got the power for a fist, but I think you probably just do an energy strike.
Yeah.
Oof. But if it doesn't work, though...
Bad times.
Okay, tough call. I'd be tempted to...
Oh, he paid for...
He
paid it all.
Alright, well... Mystique.
If you bring him, you want to fist someone.
This feels like the least effective fist ever, but, Okay, it's the smart play, I guess, in terms of rolling enough dice that this is going to be almost guaranteed. Yeah, we know what's happening.
Ooh,
we know.
Only
3, not a great attack, but
3.
blocks 3.
Blocks,
man!
But
there's a crit hanging. Yeah, crit hanging.
Right? Has he rolled it?
Not yet. They're like, "Hey, I got you," and it's like, "No, you didn't. I count blanks."
And I'm rolling this die.
She survives. She's gonna get that token though, so she's not doing much, but she ain't dead yet. I think that's largely.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He has the point. Quicksilver's there.
He's already got that point, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But he will need to use up 1 more action. Was that just this is what we did?
Yeah, maybe. Well, I think he made the right decision there, rather than just punching. So just with those dice, it wasn't going to do anything. And Mystique would have had a chance to flip it back over him. Not a great chance, because he is healthy still, but he's completely turned that off by giving her an activated token. Which means it's all top side of the board for Frederik.
And what I said about throwing things into Lizard would apply doubly into throwing things into Quicksilver. If he could move up.
Yeah, I forget. Does Quicksilver get rerolls on his dodge? I feel like he should.
Yeah, I think he does,
yes,
but
he does.
he's quite the attractive character to get off the board right now if Syafiq needs to run around like crazy.
I mean, does he need to run around that much?
When Toad takes the top point, he needs to move over there.
That's true.
Preferably
well,
after Lizard's, because Gwen is there as the wild card as well.
I think the right play for Frederik here is he puts Gwen up on that top point and uses Gwen to take the point and just says, well, I'm going to have two people here. You're going to have to roll 3 successes over the top of me to get there.
And I have Toad.
And yeah, Toad's
ready to jump over somewhere else if he needs to. Yeah.
So Toad can try and take it back, and he's got a 50-50 chance of taking it back over the top of you, and then he can go somewhere else. So I quite like Gwen going up and just really securing that top one and going, well, these 2 are mine. I'm going to score 4 to your 2. That ties us, and then I've broken the symmetry. I've broken your score 3 plan, and you have to come to me, probably. Look.
Measuring from Mystique. If Lizard can kill her, perhaps.
That doesn't feel super important. I'd rather have Lizard trying to kill Voodoo, I think. I think that's a bigger impact on the game.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I think Frederik, if he camps just those 2 points, Magento on one and Gwen and Toad on the other, that feels pretty strong.
So now the throw plan is off. He will throw something probably just to get some power, but...
Probably one of his constructs, because he can place it in. Yeah. 2 for a construct. Give some power to Toad.
And to Ghost Spider as well, yeah. Always give some to Ghost Spider.
Yeah, she's great with power. Didn't feel like a great 6-threat activation, that one, but you know, if it's what it takes to win the game. There's been plenty of times when I've been playing Magento and it's like Magento double walks. Okay, Magento double walks. And it's just dictating what my opponent does in the areas that they can't walk into. Having a big stamp going, if you walk into here, if you send someone over here, they're going to get butchered. And the rest of my team then runs around and scores a bunch of points. And it's just sort of psychological control rather than hard board control. Because he doesn't want
and all we need from that plan is the rest of the team running around scoring points.
Yeah.
Now we see what Rogue can be up to. Can she kill Voodoo?
So she's walking, she doesn't have the power to charge, and she's gonna punch Voodoo.
And that's 5 dice into 4, needing 2 damage.
Well, high variance, but you know. Yep. We gotcha. I think maybe there's some lag from me. So they're having issues with dice spawning.
Yep. Dice everywhere.
Five.
Okay, so I can see Syafiq rolling at least.
Yep. And there's Frederik's.
2.
With a sap.
So if he blocks 1 or more, he blocks 1. So he lives on 1.
She's got enough for a throw now.
Additional power.
Yeah, but she's got enough for a throw now, so he can throw Voodoo. She's got the sap.
Is her throw only cost 2?
No, she got the sap, didn't she? She got 1 from doing damage and 1 from the sap. So that took her up to 3.
icy, then he will have to...
He's punching again? Oh no, he's playing for the sap power ability, I think.
There we go.
I think they miscalculated the power there.
Because I'm not certain.
Oh! Hello!
That's how you do it.
Yep. I think.
Okay, that's the easy solution.
I think they're powered down on where they should be, because I think she did one with the attack, right?
But did Voodoo have any power at that point to sap? I can't remember.
No, you're right, he didn't. Yep, he was on 0 power. Good catch. Okay. So it has all gone through properly. Right, Voodoo's gone. That's kind of, job done for Syafiq. But what I think we might see, if Frederik does go with my camp plan, is you might see Lizard trying to roll over the top of Magento to try and get that 3rd point.
At the moment, anyone who manages a roll with one character standing there might actually turn the entire game.
I still think this might go to round 6. I can see a situation where Lizard goes in and then he gets blown up by Magneto and has a size 4 building thrown at him and has a generally bad time. So that gets Syafiq the 3-3 this round. They go to 13-11 and then it's 4-2 next round and they go to tied 15-15 at the bottom of 5 and go into round 6 with problems because then Lizard gets taken off the board. So I think Frederik, I'd say, has got...
On the other hand, perhaps then this might offer another chance for Syafiq because now Lizard could go into Gwen instead.
Maybe. I think Gwen is looking to do some web lines. I think she's looking to punch Quicksilver, get a power, web line both of them off, and then go
Get a free move forwards.
You don't even need to get a power, do you?
No, if she moves twice, she only has the one web line.
That's true, but she only needed one. She needs to web line Quicksilver off because he's contesting.
This is the only one contesting.
Because Rogue is injured. Yep, so 2 power, down to 1. Going to web line Quicksilver to put him further away. Ooh.
No.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting choice there.
I don't think he remembers the injured versus uninjured part here.
Maybe he's hovering over Quicksilver now. I think he's reconsidering his life choices. No, he's going for Rogue. Okay. Quicksilver's on 2 power, so yeah. Quicksilver's felt a little bit power starved all game. He's not managed to build any and do any of the crazy Quicksilver stuff that I've managed to get him to do sometimes. He's just reading the card, reconsidering maybe. Because Rogue's injured, she's not doesn't count towards the number of successes you need to flip that spider portal, but Quicksilver is healthy and is within range 1, so he does. So currently...
It's one of those rules that are so easy to remember when you're watching a game.
Yeah, for sure. And so hard to remember when you've got so many other things going in your head playing the game. And it looks like we're on Syafiq's clock, which seems wrong.
Yeah, indeed.
They've been pretty...
On the other hand, since they counted upwards for a while and downwards for a while, I don't think clocks are a thing we can even go by anymore.
That's fair.
What would we do if someone would clock out now?
If it was Syafiq, I think he's had a few extra minutes added on, so I think that would still stand. But again, unless this is Syafiq making a decision, I think this should be on Frederik's clock. And the clocks are, not getting super low yet.
No.
I think we'll have
ample time probably.
I don't think either of them will clock out.
Magento paid some power. Mystique paid some power. Oh, are we having an Asteroid M moment? We are. In the middle of an action.
To just keep her safe? Maybe he's forgotten that Mystique doesn't count as an extra character to help stop Lizard flipping that. I think maybe this same rule he's forgetting that again. He's still paid the power on Ghost Spider, but hasn't moved.
Oh yeah, let's go back to that action then.
So he still paid the 2 power, and now he's sort of thinking about what to do about that.
At least it's back on his time, so perhaps Syafiq was considering something, since they switched over to his time. Okay, I got a message from him here. Okay, I can't push through myself, can I? Yes, you can.
He should be asking an accuser that.
I will just say I can't answer.
Yeah. You have to get an accuser in if he needs clarifications on the rules. But for the purpose of the audience, yeah, you totally can push people through yourself. Which is, one that's easy to get wrong, because normally you stop when you collide with the model, but for throws and pushes, you ignore the character that's triggering the effect. So, yeah, Gwen can sort of duck out of the way and do a cool cinematic swooping web fling over the top of herself, which makes sense. But even if you couldn't, I think pulling Quicksilver off diagonally up to the left and just away and off the point would still be, even if he wasn't sure if he was able to do that. I think having paid the power on Rogue, he's like, does this work? But again, I think he may be misremembering the way the skiers operate, and maybe the KOs on the stream of view is not helping his recollection of the board state. You might be thinking, wait, is Rogue healthy? Is she not healthy? If you look at the stream of view, you can see there's a thin red box on the outline of Rogue's health, and also her health bar, when it's starting to fill up as it has, is also red. Also tells you she's on her injured side, which if you contrast that with someone like Toad or Gwen on Frederik's side, you can see the orange there shows they're on their healthy side. I think possibly.
I have told him that I can't answer anything, and then I messaged Quinn that they might need a rules question.
Wonderful. Good job. How are we feeling about the balance of the game now? It still could be the players, couldn't it?
I have a question.
The problem. Sorry. On table 5, we are the streamers. Sorry. So they have a question on table 5 instead.
Cool.
Thank you.
How do you feel about the state of the game? I feel like Frederik's still probably in the driving seat, but I wouldn't count Syafiq.
I'd say so, yeah, but it's not by much. One good dice roll on either a scenario point or a damage roll could change this very quickly.
Or a mistake, like misremembering the way that the secures work with injured characters.
That might, yeah. So the Asteroid M, but why? Now we can do it, but
He's
still
going for
pushing
Rogue.
the wrong character.
Yeah, we think so, but in the heat of the game...
attrition-wise, this could make a hell of a difference.
That's a fair point.
If we go there, because she is low on power and further away.
That's true.
But I don't think that's where the game's at the moment.
No.
So, okay, they resolved it correctly.
We got there. Hooray! Thank you, Gwen. Much appreciated. So now she's going to try and flip that, needing 2.
Instead of 1. So if he rolls 1 now, I...
Well, when you roll like that, it doesn't matter who you move.
Okay, that was not what you needed. No, so now she's in the perfect triangle where basically anyone can punch her if they want to.
Both Lizard and Quicksilver got range 3 attacks, so yep. I liked. I mean, I guess if he'd run to the top portal and rolled that, then it wouldn't have made a difference because she wouldn't be standing on it. But I still liked bunkering up. So again, we talked about how one dice roll or one mistake might be enough to put Syafiq back ahead. So it's just score 3. That's all he's got to be thinking. Score 3.
Score 3.
So what have we got left? He's only got so Frederik's only got Toad left, and Toad can be annoying and take points off people. But what have we got? An attack coming to Gwen, we assume. So this looks like 4. It could be either, I guess.
Could be either of them.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We won't see anything. There are no triggers. There's no damage, so we don't know who's activating.
He's hovering over Lizard though.
Something hovering over Lizard.
So I suspect this is Lizard activating.
Then he too is deviating off your plan, that is, but
yeah,
meaningless attacks.
He's going to go, and because Lizard is healthy, make it almost impossible for Toad to take that point away. Quicksilver.
Also, he's blocking the chance to push Quicksilver with a Tongue Lash. Which doesn't matter much, Quicksilver's fast anyway, but still.
And if you give Quicksilver a power, then he can get an extra long move as well as his interact. Because at the minute he can only interact with one of the portals. He doesn't have the power. If you gave him 1 or 2 power,
Toad is probably better off just moving.
Toad's going to try and flip that point because that's currently belonging to Syafiq, and then probably just staying there and just making it harder for Quicksilver to move him off.
Move back rather.
Yeah, move back on now. Yeah, because he's going to be. Well, he'll still have a spare action, so I guess it depends where he gets placed. He might be able to like spit acid or do a tongue lash and then move back. Yeah. Put him just outside of the range, and then Toad's got not a lot to do.
Just back onto the range.
Go and walk back on. I think maybe he could have stood on top of something to get cover. I don't hate.
But wouldn't it be better to stand basically in between the points? At least a bit towards a point. That would be better.
I have to check, but I don't think it's going to make enough of a difference.
No, probably not.
But I would, to that extent, I would like him. I'd like him on top of the subway entrance to get a bit of cover when the range 3 attack from Quicksilver.
Well, that might very well give him cover as well. On top of would be much safer, obviously.
Yep, you're right. I think you're right. He might well get cover from that. Off goes Quicksilver. Yeah, not bothering with the attack. Taking the.
Oh, I hope for a double. Needing double for the dash.
He does. Yeah. So this is the roll. He needs 2 here because of Toad's presence, and doesn't get it.
And he got none and is moved away.
That feels bad for Syafiq right there.
Yeah, again about what we said about 1 die roll.
Yeah. He does have next. Oh no, he's not going to have Asteroid M online next round because Rogue had all her power taken away by Voodoo. Ugh. Ooh.
Okay.
I was saying that looks like.
Alright, so now things are. Now Frederik's back in a much more firm driver's seat.
For sure, I think it's definitely advantage Frederik now. It was kind of even Steven with a nose ahead, and now that dice roll has meant Frederik is. He's going to look to try and score 4 points and win this round. That's got to be his game plan, and he's in a pretty good position to do it. Gwen's not worried.
Gwen could just double impact webbing into Rogue, hoping for absolutely no damage and pushing her, and then web lining Lizard off the power she generates.
Yep.
And being the absolute asshole that she can be. And if she does, she gets the impact webbing push in 1, she could even push Rogue away, move Lizard away, and go and score the point.
Whereas I think what Syafiq's got to do is he's got to try and kill Magneto. I think that unless he scores all 4 points, that's his other option. So either you've got to kill Magneto or you've got to contrive a way to get all of the portals. You've got to do one of those two
Basically,
things.
they're the same thing.
I don't think they are.
Just walk in and roll 3 dice and get 2 successes and
Yeah,
score the black point as well.
Yeah, so it's possible. It's not beyond the realm's possibility. So he still has a couple of lines that he could be pursuing towards victory. I think the fact Rogue is only on 1 power means that killing Magneto is pretty much off the table. I think what you would have been looking for is some kind of asteroid M in to get Rogue onto Magneto. That would have been your best chance of doing that.
Yeah, if you want asteroid M him in, you have to do it with Quicksilver, who only has 2 powers, so we would have to double move and not even interact.
Yep. But I think trying to get all 4 points is the better line.
Yeah.
It's hard, especially with Toad running around still being annoying. I think maybe Quicksilver's going to try and attack Toad a lot and hope for triggers to get a move to counteract the slippery. Doesn't feel great, but okay. Well, Frederik's got priority, so he's going down.
Yeah, Ghost Spider has moved down to Iron Fist.
She is.
And we have probably an impact webbing since he just wants the power. Well, there will be no damage at least.
There might. I know there's not going to be damage.
No.
Yeah, but he's fishing for the wild. Oh, nearly got it. Nearly got the wild.
Oh, he has his power, so it's up to the 2. So
well, unless he went for
off, but then on the other hand, what's the point?
Unless he went for a regular attack, which is possible, and now he's taking the move off of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so didn't go down that line.
Yeah, that's what he did, yeah.
Yep, so that's the move off his regular attack because he's already taken a move action. He gets a free long move. Didn't bother with the ranged ruler because it's quite clearly in. And just going to try and roll over the top and doesn't manage it.
And it gets moved off again.
I think if he'd his rationale there, if he moves Iron Fist off, he wouldn't have the power to interact.
Yeah.
So
which is why I would have preferred him basically standing where he was earlier.
Okay. Gwen not having the best turn there. But that's exactly what Syafiq needs. He needs some ineffectual activations from Frederik in order to go for one of these 2 plans. So I think we're going to see from him now which of those 2 lines he likes better. Oh, this is
Iron Fist kicking things in the face. So we have no blocks.
That's a kick.
And we have a dazed Ghost Spider. And if we go to another round, almost powered up Iron Fist for a second time.
So he's a flying kick away from an Iron
Fist. It's more than a flying kick away from a target other than Ghost Spider.
Yeah, but maybe that's enough. Maybe just
could be.
So with the second action, he can move to within whatever 1 he wants. So again, not worth putting the measuring tool out there. He's clearly in, and he already owns that. So no point in rolling on it. Don't need to. So that, if it goes, 3/3/3 is an option here, isn't it?
Could be, yeah, absolutely. Depends on how efficient Quicksilver manages to be.
Yeah, the Quicksilver versus Toad order of activations is key, really, isn't it? So let's have a look. So we've got, each player has got, 3 unactivated? So currently Syafiq's got the last activation.
I think Frederik is considering starting to throw things into Iron Fist Again, probably having forgot that if he leaves the point, Mystique doesn't do anything for him.
But then Mystique can run over, she can try and flip over the top, and then double long move and flip the one that Iron Fist has been moved off. So just checking that. Yep, so you're going to be within 3 of that size 4. Magneto's going to go and have a look.
Yeah.
Because, well, his second action, he just moves back onto the point.
Oh, true. I'm silly me.
So he's got 9 power. He can throw a size 4 and a size 3 and still have a power left to do what he likes with. And he'll get a refund, actually, won't he? He'll get a refund of 1. Oh, yeah, look at this. I think we might be seeing...
just put down the construct. If it would have been in the way, you could go with the construct first. But...
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Carpet barn. To the face. Your wish he didn't just have a cloth over his face. A helmet would have been. When he just had his dice up there were 3 blocks there. Okay, so that's been dazed in 1.
Yep. Which means Mystique is eyeing up that portal over there, thinking that looks real easy to take now.
Tasty.
So again
for the lessons for the kids: don't wear cloth, wear a helmet. Way smarter.
There's been a few activations where it feels like Magneto hasn't been that effective, but he's done enough, and definitely there.
The thing is, he's standing back there, scoring basically 3 points, and at times throws a building in the face of someone. So that's not bad, but yes, he's a 6-point character.
Yeah. Back to where he started. So we've got still 3 activations. I think going with Quicksilver too early is going to be a mistake.
Yeah.
Question mark? Unless he can take out Toad.
But at the moment that would be 4 dice into 3 with cover.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great. But he might get a short move, and then he gets... he could use the spender as well, which means you'll still get the cover, but he'll get 6 dice.
Okay, but then he doesn't have any power left.
But then he punches Toad again, only has to do 1.
We will see.
Yeah, okay, I think... Because Toad's still healthy, so he's got to roll 2 over the top of him. A lot of these 50-50 rolls.
At the moment, no, he's within 2, so he doesn't have any cover anyway.
Yeah, that's true. But he's paid 1 power off Quicksilver, so he's going for the roll first. Possibly because if he gets pushed off, he can then move back on.
Yeah.
So he wants to have that action in his pocket. Oof.
Well, the rolls lately on point, they're atrocious.
Yep.
But on the other hand, they're atrocious for both of them.
That's true. Lizard has got the range to get over there, I think. But Rogue might be
almost has to go... Yeah, now he needs to go to both points, since Mystique is threatening them as well.
And Lizard, yeah, this is really bad. That was a major oof there for Syafiq. If he gets that, it's solid. He's going with Mystique now.
It's not a nail in the coffin, but it's a nail touching the coffin at least.
Yeah. It's not game over yet, but it's heading that way fast. I guess this roll is a 1 in 8 chance of just nothing happening here.
Yeah, we've seen them. It's wrong.
We saw one just now.
Yeah, and then Ghost Spider quite just before that.
Yeah. Okay,
she got it, and she's still there. And being there doesn't really matter, but she got it. That's the important things. Okay, at the moment it's 5-1 to Frederik, and Lizard and Rogue need to fix this. It's a low order.
Yeah, it's fine. This is fine.
This is fine. No, this is the burning building. It's fine.
So, I mean, the real question is, can Rogue double move to either of them? Because if she can't double move to either, then it's game over.
And I don't think she can.
It looks like a long way, doesn't it?
If you can nudge her a bit, perhaps?
You can't Asteroid M her because neither of them have got enough power. That lack of Asteroid M has been lack of power off Quicksilver and just the way Voodoo is able
Quicksilver
to.
he hasn't
That
performed.
looks like a really long way for Rogue to have to go.
But he might as well try.
Yeah, you've
Not that there's not much else to do.
It's true. You might as well see if it's out, and if it's out, then it is game. So
You might as well verify that it's out, because that's all you can do.
because Lizard, the reason for that, Lizard's only going to be able to get to one of the other portals.
Okay, so she's playing goalkeeper instead.
Well, I think that's
Fairly irrelevant goalkeeper since she's on her injured side.
that's true. She doesn't even goalkeep
But
very well.
since neither of them ever remember it seems at least. Perhaps it can change how Frederik thinks anyway. But doesn't this mean it's game over?
I think it does. Whether the players realise that, sometimes you make mistakes in your mental math. Unless, hear me out here. Lizard one-shots Magneto with a 4 dice attack. I know it could be his.
Okay, well he should probably move the move stick further south or east or whichever direction.
Yeah, he's going towards Magneto. He's like, this is my one way I can win, is if I can just completely dice Magneto, get a bunch of crits. You get no blocks on your 6 dice you're going to get. It's possible. It's possible.
You will get one since he has cover.
All right. Yep. So I just need 7 hits on 4 dice. Yeah, this is still doable. It's still
now you have your
doable.
maths for the next Xavier protocol.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it is a path to victory. It's not a great one.
Whereas this isn't.
This is not. Yes.
First of all, it's an illegal movement. Second of all, it doesn't help in any way, shape, or form.
Good. Yeah, put him back there and just punch Magneto, and maybe I have had ludicrous dice happen. I had one game I had Toad had to do 9 damage to She-Hulk in the last activation of the game to take her down for me to win the game, and he did it. He just completely heroed her. It was incredibly unlikely.
Did you have a happy opponent after that?
It was a game that didn't matter. It was season 5, and we were both 3-2, so it was a kind of a do nothing game. But it was so much. It was great end to a game.
Okay, so he went there, he's not within 1, and it doesn't matter.
Okay, should we... I think they've called it Frederik's move to Stoke on. Should we go in and jump in and
Okay.
have a word with them?
Yeah. Just so you know, me and Jacob jumped in here now, so if you're talking about...
Yeah. But even if you would have gone there, you can best get 2 points, and I will still get 4. So
Yes.
So it doesn't really
Jacob
matter.
was talking about your chance here, Syafiq. You should have gone for the obvious 4 dice roll into Magneto. Lizard punching Magneto, 4 dice to do 6 damage.
Oh, okay.
I hope we can see your protocol odds on that next.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think he would have reached? Yeah, I probably would have.
Reached him, he's probably good, but on the other hand,
Yeah.
you need 4 crits that then roll into at least 3 hits. If Magneto only rolls no saves and only has his cover. All order.
Yeah, it is still bad because the one holding the scroll has the most benefit, I think. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Frederik.
Yep.
Commiserations, Syafiq.
Yeah. Sorry for the stream is not working for me. So
We had a lot of problems with the overlay and lag and the talks, and it was just it was a mess.
Apologies for that. But we muddled on through, and it was a great game. If we go right back to the beginning, Syafiq, I was watching you through I can see through your hidden area vision, and you were clearly waffling choosing between Magento and Mystique as a leader. Do you want to talk us through your thinking in that?
oh wow. Okay. I would maybe on the hindsight maybe I should picking Magneto, but being the first player, right? But I think I need to go white to take advantage of the white scenario. So yeah, that's the thing.
And Frederik, kind of same.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I should pick Magneto actually. No. I didn't play this match beforehand, so it's just all random thoughts in my head. So.
And Frederik, same question. Did Mystique ever factor in there into your decision making?
Yeah, absolutely. I considered her, and the thing is, I should have kind of decided on my team before deciding on the points. So I said, let's go 18. And then I realized, if I want to go Mystique, I probably would have preferred 17 against him. And I think I got a better team on 18, so I felt that, okay, I just have to hope I can get the scroll and then build a fort somewhere and score out on it. because if he gets it, it's going to be trouble.
Yeah.
So that means you were probably feeling almost perfect when Toad lived on one standing behind the phone booth.
No. I was super happy when he found it. It was okay. It was great to get he found it. It's like, okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Then Nico failed, and I was like, oh, this is not
Syafiq, were you ever considering not looking for the scroll with Toad? Since he was standing opposite Magneto?
Yeah, that may be the better play actually. Just don't find the skull. Try to find the skull at the opposite of the Magneto side.
Yeah, at least force him to use that for them to get there.
Then again, it's a bit because he did have his S4M, so yeah. Well, I didn't expect him to find it, so yeah. Maybe I shouldn't flip it in the first place. So,
That was another thing we were saying. Toad with that one power, he could have braced, he could have taken one damage and then slipperied. Maybe saving that power might have just put him in a slightly better position. That was an interesting decision point there.
Yeah, but you don't want to brace turn one with Toad that short. unless he's holding an extra, of course.
Sure, yeah, but once you found the scroll...
we were discussing more, perhaps not if he rolled for the scroll, not for the bottom. There are so many ways to think about it, and he lived for a little longer there, it would have been amazing for you, so who's to say?
I should probably just have used Voodoo and possessed him.
We were wondering about your first round Voodoo activation going up into the middle instead of going and making drop it for you to pick it up later.
For some reason, I thought that he wouldn't make it there. But of course he does, because he's got 2 million moves and range 3, so of course he does. But I was like, no, probably will not get there.
That will move M and 3. Okay, I think can.
And instead we got the deception, and kind of the whole game was split up in 4 different zones.
Frederik, there was an interesting play, I think it was round 2, where you climbing geared Magneto towards the portal, but you knew he wasn't going to get there. Can you maybe talk us through your thinking there?
Yeah, I was thinking that I wanted him in a good position, as good a position as possible next turn when I had Prior. My plan was to kind of deter Quicksilver from coming there. There was some character that was maybe coming there, and I felt like, if I can just make him not come here, and then I only have to deal with Iron Fist, then I'm happy.
Yep, that makes sense. We thought it was something along those lines. Nicholas, do you have any questions you want to throw out?
The one we were talking about was the asteroid M in the end, again, Frederik, obviously, since you were the only one who used it. Why did Mystique asteroid M close to Magento? Was it just to save her life in hopes?
Yeah. It was only to have one more body on the table because I felt that I had a risk of losing both her and Gwen, and then I would maybe be in a bit of a problem here.
Didn't manage to kill Mystique.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure who I wanted to. I wasn't sure if I was going to have Cryo and who I wanted to activate first. I felt that if I kind of save her back here, then I have more options of trying to get to the points. Because I felt that as long as I score 3 or 4, I'm probably gonna be able to get to 16. Now I need 4 for the last time. 4 is, yeah. If I need to standing on this point and holding the scroll, then I only need 1 more. And if I have got 2 long movers and Toad, I thought that I had a good chance of kind of just flipping something where he's not, or where he's already gone.
Okay.
And then one final question for both of you, because we asked each other, those were the only ones we had. Did you guys remember that injured characters don't count as contesting?
No. I did not remember that.
You did think.
Yeah, I realized it in the last turn. In the last turn, I started reading the card and, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it was interesting your last hurrah with Voodoo before he got taken off the board. Because you chose murder and you did 2 staff of Legbers into rogue. Did any other options cross your mind at that point?
No, not the security not crossed my mind. But my reasoning was that I did not want to give power to Quicksilver because he gets really fast and then he will have his Asteroid M up and running if he runs somewhere and can teleport rogue there. And I just wanted to try and burn all of Rogue's power and throw her away to just make her not go to the rest of the board, Morris.
Because we saw an interesting line of play where after the first attack, where you'd taken a good deal of Rogue's power, and you were sitting on 6 power on Voodoo, you could have thrown Rogue away with your superpower. You could have dropped your brother Daniel on Quicksilver, and then moved to within range 4 of Gwen to be ready to lifesaver him if anyone came after him.
Also being in the middle of the table with her, with him, sorry.
Yeah.
No, that would have been that would probably been a better play since Quicksilver. The reason I didn't do the possession was that I felt that even if I do it, he's just gonna kill her, so it's not gonna matter. But if I do the move towards Gwen, and then that would have been an interesting play. I agree.
Then again, as we said several times, that's so easy to see when you're sitting here watching.
Yeah.
Well, I think because when we were fighting here, and then it's problem with the streamer also, so it's very blurry and a bit.
Yeah, I think we were both pretty exhausted from all the lag and having to kind of pick people with, or fix with the tools, and it was a bit of a.
Yeah, Dodo is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just one for both of you. Where do you feel Brotherhood sits in the meta right now?
Ooh, one of the best ones.
One of the best.
Probably,
top 3, 4, something like that.
Actually, one of the top actually, because it depends on the capabilities of the pilot. The better the pilot is, the better the Brotherhood.
That's true.
But I think they're really, really flexible, so they can play against almost everything and have at least a fair chance. But there are other affiliations that have, I think, easier, more easy matchups that you can get. But no, I think they're really good. I think Juggernaut has helped them a lot in their flexibility in building a roster.
Well, guys,
Juggernaut helps immensely because in enabling the Astro M, right? Or turn 1 and then getting the 3 energy, getting the throws. So Juggernaut is good.
Yeah, for sure. Well, guys, thank you for a very enthralling game, guys, and thank you to Quinn, our temporary accuser, who jumped in and sorted some stuff out. And Frederik, I look forward to seeing more of your games in the top 16. And Syafiq, I look forward to seeing more of your games in Season 8.
Thank you. Good luck, Fred.
Thank you.
Yeah, all the way. Take it home for Brotherhood.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for the game. Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
And thank you to Nicholas as well for jumping in the last minute and streaming.
Oh, that's fun. Thank you for having me.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yes.